Okay, what's up, everyone? We're just playing a little bit of Deadside today. I'm on one of my preferred servers. It's a server that you don't have to worry about getting your cock ripped off at every second of the day. You can actually enjoy the game, some of the PVE elements, the base building concept, just, using all the gear for more than 5 minutes, instead of leaving the safe zone to be shot in the head. I mean, I know that is tradition for most Russians to shoot on sight. I mean, I understand. When someone's coming for your Tushanka chan, when someone's coming for your Tushanka can, you best be ready to either throw hands or throw lead. Because if I learned anything from Escape from Tarkov, Prabhor loves fucking Tushanka. So, almost in the same vein as Escape from Tarkov, but you can actually progress as an, solo slash, PvE player who just wants to like gear up and stuff like that, without worrying about always losing your loot from people being shitheads, instead of actually, like I said, it's nice to have a game that you're not worrying about getting your cock ripped off at every single moment. And if you do want that experience, it's really easy to just hop into a different server and endure the punishment that way. And but that's entirely up to you. If you like that sadomasochistic like gameplay of working up your, I guess it's like the gamblers sort of a thing, like, oh, it's like risk reward. I'm going to bring in this good gear to possibly make a huge return, or you can die and lose everything, not really enjoy anything, get super angry. But some people are like, yeah, but you can always win again, and that's the loop you get into. So kind of a game that has things like, getting loot, doing missions, and just shooting AI with people in a server that aren't shitheads is very refreshing. And I'm happy that this server is around. I believe it's like friendly noob server something or other. And they really are friendly on here. Like, they will answer questions, and I really haven't encountered people that were that bad, honestly. So I'm happy about that. And honestly, it's just like the admins are pretty good at just getting rid of those sorts of people. But some good pointers here: you have to be balancing these three levels: your health, your food, and your thirst. However, there is no water in Deadside. There's only canned carbonated beverages. This looks like a beer of some kind, maybe a Coca-Cola or Heineken, or I don't know. That's definitely Monster. You got your Campbell's soup, canned pineapple, canned beef, your Tushanka meat porridge. And as with everything, if you're going to be popping pills, you got to stay hydrated. So you got to be drinking more soda. And that goes also for your when you're jamming your heroin into your leg. So keep all those things in mind before you leave the safe area. This is an area where not even the AI scavs can come and rip your cock off. You have to really go out of your way to, get into it with them. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the game because, and I think I probably put like 30 hours into the server, and it's just sort of it's a casual side to Tarkov, and in my opinion, because Tarkov you can play offline. However, nothing gets carried over. So it's really just more of like a testing ground. This feels like you can progress and have goals. Do you want to do, you're like, oh, I want to get better gear so I can try to do a harder mission. I think that aspect is very cool. And that's like a self-imposed goal or someone's like, I just like the gunplay, I just want to get into a few, good shootouts, and that's cool too. And that's maybe where the PvP comes in. But with these games, it's not like you start off with a shit ton of money. But some servers give you starting kits, which is very helpful, like this one does, and it helps really just, get you started. It's not going to be like end game gear or anything like that, but it's actually pretty decent. And it makes you feel like, oh, I can maybe have a fighting chance of bringing something back. So that's one thing I like about it, is that you can really enjoy this game sort of at your own pace, and building a base, if you're into that sort of things, that's there too. And you can team up and tackle these missions. I mean, they are not lying when, like, easy missions sometimes I'll die on still. So it's just like, and I can pull off some pretty decent shots with the Mosin. And what's cool is that you can't buy every item in the shops, like the two vendors. You have to get certain drops out in the world, either by killing an enemy that is carrying that weapon or gear, or finding it like in a cargo drop or something like that. Or if you really want to be ballsy, trying to go to one of the helicrashes. And yeah, when a helicopter crashes, apparently the entire crew survives, and you have to take out military scavs, which, how the fuck did they hear me? And just like any office in Russia, get the vodka on the table. Oh, okay. Segue. You just got shot. You really just want to use bandages. I don't have to right now. But what you can do, you can tear up any pair of Adidas track pants into rags, and shove that dirty rag into your wound. You can combine this with vodka, rubbing alcohol, or like moonshine, for instance, another popular Russian staple, to create sterilized rag. So instead of just shoving in a piece of cloth into your open wound, at least it's doused in vodka. That is Russian survival tactics to the T. I would recommend doing that. If you don't have anything else around, just shove a dirty rag in there. Can't be picky. Right now I'm pretty kitted out. I got the heavy assault vest, stalker backpack. It's just, this is a lot of money in this sort of build scenario here. And it's just like, knowing that, because if you die once, you get an icon on your map saying where your body is left at. And that's very helpful, just to even have that. It's even helpful just to have a map, so you can actually find people without spending 3 hours doing that. DayZ. And maybe they improved upon it. I never touched a standalone, nor do I really want to. And I just think that, I mean, obviously this game's in early access and stuff like that, but I feel like its gunplay is very satisfying, and I like it a lot. That's why I keep coming back to it. It's just like, I think it lacks some depth, but like I said, it's early access, and I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, that they keep catering towards both PvP and PvE. Because like, I could see myself maybe trying to get on a PvP server, but, oh god, but, I mean, this is fine. Like, I mean, killing AI, or AI bots, control bots, like, they're not going to yell at you. I mean, maybe next time they spawn, they might have a vendetta after you, and it kind of seems like they can just smell you from like a mile away, but at least you know that you're not going to get a death threat from someone. Oh, what a lovely glitch. You're not going to get a death threat sent from you over, Steam or something. Because, You just looted, 300k of gear off of somebody. Other guy in here? Thought there was. There's a couple other warehouses that we can look at. Shotgun's not that great to take. Sheet metal could come in handy, but I'd rather save the space. I'm wearing a heavy vest just so I don't fucking die. You can wear a vest that has inventory slots, and those come in handy a lot if you want some armor, but also carrying capacity. But yeah, there's some guns I've seen people use that I've yet to see, and that excites me because I'm 30 hours into the game and I haven't seen those guns or got a chance to use them. So that's like one of my personal goals, is trying to get something really cool. But yeah, there's times where I died and was unsuccessful trying to return to my body, and then by the time I was searching for it, it was already gone. So yeah, even though you don't have humans fucking you over, I mean, you can still make mistakes and stuff like that, and there is a risk reward. In theory, having better armor and stuff like that that's more expensive might be, that might be worthwhile to you. And especially, if you like that added, like, ass clench feeling when every time you get shot at, you're just thinking, oh Christ, all the stuff I grinded for and worked a long time for can just be ripped away. But I think that's the thrill of games like Tarkov to people. I personally, I like Tarkov, but sometimes I just want to play a game and not worry about my heart fucking failing on me due to the stress of that game, of what it causes. Can't be healthy. Can I put the grenade? That'll come in handy. Alright, that's a pretty good haul. That's 10k, that's 10k. Couple k. 600, 500. That's at least 600, but I might keep that. The painkillers I can sell for like 1,000, I think. Really, I think having the food on me would be better than, but I think we're good. And if you want to be a nice guy, you can check everything on the floor, but I don't really have space for that, so I'll try. So people really aren't too much of shitheads on the server, so it's always nice to keep the code of conduct in line here. Because, someone is someone is, using their money to host a server to play the game how they obviously want to play it. And it's nice that even though there's only 8 people out of here, it's only a 30-person server, and it's, it's fun squatting up with people. And I know there is mic and voice chat, but usually I'm talking to someone else while I'm doing this, or my speakers are on, and so I haven't really voice chat with anybody, but there is text, chat in this game. You just enter and hey everyone. So like that's pretty standard, I would say, for most games. But yeah, I played Rust, 7 Days to Die. What's another big survival one? Well, The Forest was actually good. I guess Escape from Tarkov's kind of like mini survival, I guess. Scenario based. I think what people like about Tarkov is that you can leave that game knowing your shit is safe. That like terrible fear of someone being able to raid your base when you're offline in Rust, That's just fucking like, who likes opening their game to that? And the fucking psychopaths that play that game, that's how they're getting their rocks off, you know? Like, that makes their day. Being like, I know someone spent 50 hours on this, getting all this shit, and I'm just gonna swoop in like a fuck from the heavens and take everything away. I don't find that fun. And I, especially with like Rust, it's really people just want to play that like it's like a like a battle royale. Honestly, it's just like there's so much cool stuff you can do in that game that's just so underutilized just because lack of player interest. And some people say that PVE is boring, there's no point to doing it, and I strongly disagree with that statement just because I find AI bots very, very uh I'm always happy when I see the inclusion of AI adversaries or teammates in games just because you always know you have someone there in some capacity. As long as the AI isn't like getting in your way and stuff like that, I'm cool with it, and I'm very supportive of that. I hope it sticks around. I mean, hey, say what you want about Call of Duty, but the last Call of Duty games all featured bots and really decent bots. Well, the next is 5K. Oh well. So yeah, even between save zones, certain things do not carry over to one save zone to another. So whatever you have in this storage does not actually get transferred over to that other one across like that's north from here. Uh, so just keep that in mind when you're looting, and maybe want to see a different part of the map and think, oh yeah, I'll just restock up here, and then you left all your money back here. This is post-apocalyptic Russia. Wire transfers and ATMs, I guess, just they're not there yet. So I mean, there's a few things I can do just off the bat. Do I want to scavenge a bit, look for stuff, build up my inventory a bit? Do I want to go work on my base? Do I want to go and try to tackle some missions? It's really up to you. And that's what I like about Deadside and in its current state, because I feel like when you go into an early access game, you have to not think of it as like, oh, if I just wait another 2 years, it'll get better after you bought it. I mean, before you bought it, that's what you should be thinking. But if you think that you can find enjoyment out of a game that potentially could be buggy, will be buggy, have some patches that you're not going to agree with because it's impossible to make everybody happy. And that's why I am playing a survival game that doesn't make me feel dead inside. So come over to the dead side. Honestly, if anyone wants to squat up, do some missions and shit like that, try to attempt not to get gang raped by military scavs at the helicopter crashes, I'll be more than happy to. I mean, I really wish I could get like a good group of like 10 to 15 people just having a good time, and I would rent a server if people, like certain people. Because what was cool about Rust back in the day, you could like do stuff and then like your buddy would come on, you would say like, oh, he must have spent his 2 hours of game time today playing just chopping down trees. And that'd be helpful because you shared an inventory with them. So you would kind of see like these progressions from people that maybe that you don't have the opportunity to play with them as much because of like maybe time zones or just different job sort of hours affecting when you can play and when you can't, because everyone has a life outside of this. And that's one thing that you can play this game in a casual way while not feeling the gruesome punishment of getting kicked in the balls like Escape from Tarkov. That's why I like this game so far. And, you know, there's still so much to explore and tackle, like solving the mystery of how can I fit, several circular saw blades in a bag, but I can't fit like a shotgun in there. I mean, these aren't just like a little hand saw. These things looks like they can cut through concrete or breaking into Fort Knox. So, yeah, really looking forward to what more this game is going to offer. Obviously I assume they're going to expand on the map in increments and keep adding maybe new AI scenarios and stuff like that. They definitely upped it and made them more apparently sentient. I don't know. I swear they can smell you because you hear them. I mean, you hear them over your radio. That's like your indicator if you do have a radio. That's like a starter item in this server. I think a radio as a weapon would be a poor idea. That's what I was about to say. But yeah, they're pretty generous too. Like obviously, like the adamant's not going to give you everything, but they will definitely facilitate. If you're like, hey, I want to do this, I really want to work on my house, and you're talking with them and having a good conversation, yeah, like they might throw you something, but don't expect that because obviously, part of the sense of accomplishment comes from doing it yourself and kind of feeling like you work towards something. And that's why I defend PvE type stuff and really advocate for more games having content like this. I mean, obviously doesn't cater to everybody, and of course my opinion is not going to cater to everyone else's opinions, and everyone's entitled to that opinion. But I like just hopping on for a few hours, feeling like I progressed. Sometimes I'd play like a half hour to an hour of Tarkov, lose a bunch of gear, and just feel like, man, I fucking suck. Like I don't feel good about myself, and that's not why you should play games. You know what I mean? So, now I just say fuck it because I'm, a rat in that game. I'm so broke, it's not even funny. But this game gives me a lot of good vibes. I mean, I remember trying to configure Arma 3 mods and trying to make my own level editor to try to do something similar where you can just run around, loot, and, like I said, feeling like you're progressing by getting new loot, being able to take on more and more difficult enemy scenarios. And yeah, really looking forward to seeing how this game pans out. And most of the servers I've played on, like some hiccups here and there with network side things, but no real lag or performance issues. Like on occasion you'll hitch, but son of a bitch. Okay, my bullets are evaporating. Kind of sounded like those guys on Mosins. They're pulling back a bolt every time, so I'd say so. Ooh, yeah, a little bit of. That ping's at 22. That's the server USD PVE max loot noob friendly. Because like I said, I'm still figuring things out in this game. So, you know, but there's people on here with like 200 hours that just want like a more, kickback experience. The people that aren't like super toxic either. Just like mean for the sake of being mean. It's not even funny. It's just like you're like kind of being a jackass, man. Like, and if like that's what you find funny, like I don't know. Maybe you weren't hugged enough as a child. I don't know. Don't ruin my game at Deadside based on what your uncle did to you when you were 5. I'm kidding. But seriously, you could help. And that's for the video derails. Alright, see you next time on the next one. I'm just going to cut that last part out. You shouldn't hear it. It was pretty bad.